Hi, welcome to the section of engineering management domain. Here we're going to be talking about that what are the domains that you have to control or bounded by the MBOK. MBOK, let me just explain what MBOK is all about. If you look at engineering management, it is actually says that that MBOK is the engineering management book of knowledge, just like PMBOK. PMBOK is the project management of book of knowledge. MBOK have they actually clearly put down the domains for the engineering management. Here it says here engineering management tools and skills, leadership on organizational management, strategic planning, financial resource management, project management and operations, and marketing and sales management. These are the concepts from the management sides, of course. Management of technology, system engineering, legal aspect that the engineer management needs to know, and the professional code of conduct that they have to abide by. Let's just look at few of those things that which is required by the MBOK. Here are the engineering management tools and skills every engineering manager needs to know that what exactly those are. So engineering management tools are the skills are planning, organizing, allocating resources, directing, controlling activities that are involved in required in the sector. Leadership organization is one of the most important part because you always work under a team where you have to deal with people, and for that you need to have a very strong leadership so you can motivate people, you can introduce people with a lot of work and knowledge, that organizational structure that you can manage, and then management system and the system thinking that you need to have. Leadership and human resource management and team that needs to be focused and needs to be knowing exactly where they are going, and for that you need to be a very good leader to actually deal with things. So when you talk about strategic planning, what exactly is strategic planning? Well, there are two types of strategic planning. One is based on short-term goals, the other one is based on long-term goals. When you talk about short-term goals, examples for that would be that, during the COVID situation, as soon as we had a lockdown or there was an indication from the WHO, who that World Health Authority organization, that what exactly is required in terms of protection, most of these companies started producing protective clothing for people. That could be masks, that could be gloves, that could be the overall which is required. A lot of the companies started making sanitizers, and there was a big production. Now that was a short-term goal where the company moved into it. In terms of long-term goals would be that if you are actually building something that is going to go on for next 5 years, 10 years, long-term projects. One good example would be that if you look at the oil and oil companies like Aramco, BP, Shell, they have the long-term planning in terms of what's going to be happening in next 20, 25, 30 years, perhaps even longer than that. But for that, you need to understand all kind of unknowns, variation. That could be the political and economical and environmental technological breakthrough which are happening, and you need to make your planning accordingly. The word strategic means that you need to be focused on your planning, that what exactly do you want to do. Financial resource management is one of the most important part where, as an engineer and perhaps an engineer manager, you also need to become a person who needs to know all the financial aspects of things. That could be knowing where the profit is coming, where the losses are going to. We are talking about financial forecasting. We're looking at the ratio analysis, performance measure, and cost analysis. All of this that you need to be aware of. You're going to be talking to the accountant, you're going to be talking to people from finance and dealing with those kind of things without any problem, but you need to have the knowledge for that. Then we're talking about project management, and as I said very clearly that there are two types of project. One is the project which is based on PEM book, and that is only regarding the project management book of knowledge. The other one is M book, and we talked about it as engineering management book of knowledge. But in project management, there's always one thing which is very important, and that is that project management is always have a start and a finish. So you're going to be initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and then closing your project. That is very, very important, which is different from operation. Operation is something which is to do with repetitive nature of your work. So we are talking about focus on quality, speed, we are talking about efficiency, and we are talking about customer value, commitment, continuous improvement. All of this is the repetitive work of your product. So if you are making a car, you're going to be making sure that all the cars that you're producing are going to be the same quality. We are looking at that, the same speed that you are making. There's a kind of a linearity to it, that you are keep coming back to the same product, and every time you're producing all the same kind of product. Then you're talking about the management of technology. Here, that you need to understand that a good technology is the one which is up-to-date technology. So you need to understand that how you can implement your factory, your facilities with good technology, which would be good for like human condition as well, in terms of what kind of advantage your company will get as a competitive advantage to improve human condition. If you're going to be having an office which is not a very up-to-date in terms of technology, you're not going to go any further. Then you're talking about system engineering, multidisciplinary approach to deal with complicated and complex system. Here you're going to be looking at all the processes which is required to deal with any kind of system engineering. That could be that you're looking at the system developed meet the required need for the customers. I'm going to go back to what we talked about, these two part, which is to do with the code of conduct and the legal aspect. You need to understand that people as manager would understand that what is required by them. So they need to follow the legal aspect of engineering management. You need to know legality of it and the code of conduct and ethic that you need to treat people in the right way. Thank you very much.